What's up, guys? As you can read from the title, Javier Milei became the president of Argentina. And that's a step in the right direction, I gotta be honest. I'm very happy about that. I gotta say this though. You know, I see everybody jumping up and down and happy, and I am too, don't get me wrong. It's a step towards liberty and freedom. For those of you that don't know, Argentina is going through some serious inflation, over 100% inflation. And this is great if Javier Milei can do what he wants. AKA, I call him Austin Powers, because he looks like, look at him, he looks like Austin Powers. Anyways, I really like the guy from what he's saying. I'm not familiar with Argentinian politics, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, you know, we got the House and the Senate, you know, then we got the executive branch, and, you know, things got to go up to the president, first from the House to the Senate, and then to the president. I don't know how it works in Argentina. So the things that he's saying that he can do, or he wants to do, you know, end the Fed, you know, all the things he said, and I'll get into more detail later of his policies and stuff. I don't know if he can actually do them. I don't know. So I'm optimistic and pessimistic at the same time. But let me tell you what this is going to do. It's going to do one or two, if not both things. Number one is it's exposing the mainstream media. Now, here's what I mean. Have you read, if you haven't, or watched a video or read a mainstream article, look how they're saying, look how they're talking about him. It sounds like Donald Trump. Oh, he's a Donald Trump supporter. He's a far-right extremist. He takes a chainsaw and does this and that. He took a chainsaw and did some stuff. Like I said, I'll show you some videos on that later. But at the end of the day, bro, if you listen to the mainstream media and don't think they're biased as hell, I don't know what to tell you. They are having a hissy fit right now, let's just say, over this guy, right? That's number one. But number two, also, what I hope it does is help these Argentinian people with inflation and their economy, man, and a step towards freedom. And also, this is a G20 country, ladies and gentlemen. I think the population is like 45 million or something like that. So it's going to be great for them because it's a lot of people. This is not El Salvador. Now let's get the elephant out the way. Now we got gold and silver stackers happy about this. We got Bitcoin stackers happy about this, right? And most of us, I'm not in that camp that thinks the dollar is going to die in the next two to 5 years. The US dollar, it's not, ladies and gentlemen. What they're going to do, if, you know, Javier Milei can do these policies, what he's promising to do is letting people pick the currency they want to use. And the currency of choice around the world, except Russia and other places that can't stand the United States, is the US dollar, because it is the strongest currency in the world, hands down. Now to us, you know, precious metal stackers, Bitcoin stackers and stuff like that, we know that fiat is shiat, right? But US dollar is the cleanest shirt in the dirty hamper. We know that. And people are not on board or don't have the information that we know about real money. But I think they will start doing that, because Javier Milei is a big proponent of Bitcoin. Now, do I think he's going to back or use Bitcoin as currency, legal currency, or legal tendency, or legal tender, like El Salvador? I don't know. That'd be cool if he did. But before he does that, he needs to dollarize Argentina, and it's a process. That's what El Salvador had to do. You have to dollarize to have a stable economy. I mean, guys, these people in Argentina, literally, seriously, they are going to the grocery store 1 week or 1 month, or however they get paid every 2 weeks, and then they have to bring a little bit more money to the grocery store, or get less than what they got before, because that's how quick inflation is rising on them. Prices are rising on them. It's ridiculous. And see, in the United States of America, because we do have the US dollars, we complain about our 15 to 20%, because we are at 15, 20% compared to 2019, 2020. Believe that. And by the way, guys, when they tell you inflation is 3%, take this off. When they tell you inflation is 3%, that's month over month, year over year, however they're measuring it. First of all, it's a lie, because they take out energy and housing, or food, excuse me, which are two things that are very, very important. But what they're not telling you is that percentage, whatever they're giving you, it's on top of what it was before, right? It's on top of the other inflation that already raised up. So if it raised 3% 1 month or 6% 1 year, whatever, year over year or month over month, that new inflation, that month over month, year over year is on top of the other inflation. So let me make that real clear. So when inflation is decreasing, that means the prices of things are not as high, are going up as high as it was before, but it's still on top of the other one. You know what they say about compound interest. It's the 8th wonder of the world, but it can work against you too. The money printing is evil. And Javier Milei is definitely, that's a good win so far. It's a step in the right direction. Am I going crazy about it? No. But again, let me get back to the gold and silver and Bitcoin guys that hate the dollar. Guys, I'm making a prediction here. I don't know if you're going to hear it here first, and I was thinking about this. If he dollarizes, you know, Javier Milei dollarizes Argentina, what do you think is going to happen to the price of the dollar? Now, again, for my Bitcoin stackers, you know the power of the dollar doesn't have as much effect on Bitcoin's price as it does gold and silver. It just doesn't. Bitcoin is starting to really separate itself, not only from the dollar, that's the last one's going to go, not as much as everything else, but it's separating itself from the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, the tech stocks and stuff like that, they would go hand in hand, Bitcoin. Now they're completely opposite now. Bitcoin is doing its own thing. And I know, again, if the dollar goes up, it's going to be more difficult to buy Bitcoin. It's going to cost a little bit more, but I think Bitcoin's price is going up quicker than the dollar's purchasing power is going up. So for those of you that hate the dollar and think the dollar is going to crash, we just got 45 million, potentially 45 million people in Argentina, if this goes through, to use the US dollar. Again, what do you think the purchasing power of the dollar is going to do around the world? Because remember, the US dollar is the world reserve currency, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that. So again, guys, I'm not telling you what to buy or nothing like that, but if you just think gold and silver is going to save you, you got to diversify, ladies and gentlemen, right? If you're in the United States of America, 99% of you are listening to me are, you got to have dollars, man. I know, guys, bread, eggs, milk, rent, gas, it's kicking the dollar's ass in our borders. But take $1,000 overseas and see how good the dollar is, or how bad you think the dollar is. The dollar's not that bad, relatively speaking, around the world. It is the strongest currency still, and you need them. And if you need to buy something, you don't want to be having to selling your gold and silver. That's stuff for your long term. That's for your long-term savings, for your grandchildren and stuff like that. You guys got to have cash. But Javier Milei, I like him so far. Again, show your normie friends that still watch MSNBC and CNN and some of Fox News and all these other mainstream media outlets. Show them. Did you guys see my back? Show them these articles. Show them, you know, the real stuff, you know, zero hedge and stuff like that, on what the real thing is about Javier Milei, and start teaching them about what real freedom is and what real democracy is and real self-sovereignty. And that's what he wants. This is not a radical idea, because they keep saying he's got radical policies. It's a radical policy for the Fed not to print money and give people their freedom. Crazy, man. Anyways, those are my initial thoughts. It was a good night last night. I'm not going to lie. I'm very happy about this for a step toward freedom. But remember, guys, politics are important. And it's funny, I'm hearing all these people tell me politics are important, and all these people I listen to. But then as soon as somebody they like wins, all of a sudden it's important. Politics are important. They're not going to save you, but they're important. All right? I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.